Hey guys, Adi here. Welcome back to the series. Last time we saw how to make shortcodes really easy, and also how to create a very simple plugin for those. Today we'll have a closer look at the theme customizer. And customizer can be found right here. It's a relatively new addition to WordPress, and clicking it will get you to a window where you can edit some of the site settings really easy, like the site title, tagline, navigation, and some options for the static front page. Now you can actually modify the customizer to include some of the custom options you would normally put in a theme options page. I'm sure you've seen lots of those. It's a really popular feature in themes that are up for sale, for instance, and that allow the user to have a more hands-on control on the theme. So today, just test things out. We'll bring the options for this top add to the customizer. We'll create a new section and we'll edit, the image to be displayed, the link, and also we'll have a checkbox which will allow us to display or not display the top add. All right, so before we do that, I highly recommend you take a look on this series on WordPress Tuts, the complete guide to the WordPress settings API by Tom McFarlane. The customizer uses the settings API. So what we're going to do today will of course use the settings API. So it's really important that you understand how it works. I'll try to make it simple for you guys, but this is a good read nonetheless. Okay, enough talk. Let's jump to Coda into functions PHP, and I'll create I'll load a new file. So I'll say require once. Okay, and I'll link to functions, and I'll use adaptive customizer.php. Let's create that file inside functions PHP. Okay, let's open it and let's begin. All right, now when using the settings API, it's really important to understand three core principles: fields, sections, and settings. Okay, sections are a group of fields. Yeah, for instance, the navigation is a section, and it groups these two fields that control the top menu and the main menu. Settings are what's behind the fields, are the records that go into the database. So, this field controls a particular setting, in this case, which menu is displayed in the top menu. All right, so we're going to do the same. First, we'll create a section, and then settings, and then some controls for it, or fields. Okay, but first things first, we must create a hook to customize register and create a custom function for it. So I'm going to say this: add action, customize register, and the custom function will be called adaptive customize register. All right, so this basically means when the stuff in the customizer is displayed, we also call this function to display some more options, our options. Okay, so I'll say function adaptive customize register. Oops. Okay, and this gets one parameter, and that is the WP customize object. All right, and through this WP customize object, we'll be able to, add sections, settings, and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and say top add, and the first things first, we'll create a section. So WP customize add section. Okay, we'll give it an ID, adaptive add in my case, and then the second parameter is going to be an array of values. All right. Okay, the first value will refer to the label. So label is gonna say, actually no, not label. Label is for controls. This one is gonna be a title since it's the section. So the title is gonna be top add, and also we'll mark this text for translation. All right, so that's the title. Next one is going to be a description. Okay, we'll keep this pretty simple. We'll say allows you to upload an ad banner to display on the top of the page. Okay, and we'll say the domain. All right, finally, the last property, so to speak, will be priority. This is optional, but I'll put 36, and priority refers to the order on which these options are displayed. All right. So after this, we have the section. Yes. So let's see if it shows anything. It doesn't show quite yet. So we have the section. Let's create the setting. So we're going to say WP customize add setting. And again, this can receive a number of parameters. So first, it's going to be the name of the setting. So I'm going to say adaptive custom settings display top add. Now, this might seem a bit weird, but this is actually this adaptive custom settings is a collection of settings. Okay, and display top add is the name of the individual setting. All right, and after this, we'll say array. Again, an array with 2 values. So the default will be set to 0. And we can do this actually. And the type, we'll set it to option. All right. So remember, display top add will be a checkbox. Yeah, we'll only ask the user whether or not to display that top add. All right, and finally, we must add a control for it, or a field. In our case, it's going to be a checkbox. So it's going to be WP customize add control. All right, and this holds again a number of parameters. First one is the name of the setting for which we're adding the control. So in my case, it's adaptive custom settings, display top add. The second parameter, as usual, an array with a bunch of arguments, or an array with different values. So the first one is going to be a label. So that is, the label of that form control. And ours is going to say something like display top add, something like this. All right. The next one, sorry, is a section. So we must say in which section we want to add this control. In our case, it's adaptive add. All right. Adaptive add. Okay. The next one, this one, just so you understand. This is the unique identifier, and this is what we're using. All right, the next one will be settings. So again, we're telling it which setting it should affect. In our case, I'm just going to copy this. Okay. And display top add. And finally, we'll give it a type. All right. So in our case, the type is checkbox. Okay, and actually that's all that that we need. We have a section, we have a setting, and we have a control. So now if we go back and relaunch the customizer, look, we have a new section. The description that we put is acting like a title for the link. If we click it, we have a nice checkbox. Okay. And remember, this is changing in real time. So if I check it, save and publish, it's saved. And if I come back next time, it's saved. So you saw that we don't have to write any function, to handle the save operation or anything like that. WordPress does that for you because you are using the settings API. It's that great. All right. Well, we do have a few more fields to add, and we'll be using those fields for the actual image and the top add link. Yes, the link to it. So let's do that quickly. We'll add a new setting. We don't have to add the section because we did that once. So I'm going to copy this twice. Okay, I'm going to add a setting. It's going to be for the top add. All right, and that's going to be a option. And the default, we can set a default. Let's do that for http://tutsplus.com. Okay, and this is the setting, and this is the control for it. So on the control, we can either put like a text control, or we can use like an image control, an image uploader. So let's do the image uploader. Okay, so add control. I'm gonna delete this. All right, so add control, and we're gonna say something like this: new WP customize image control. Okay, now this again will receive a couple of parameters, and the first one is the object that is used. In our case, it's WP customize, and then it's the setting name. In our case, it's top add, this one. And after that, we have an array of values. So the first value will be label. All right, and we're quickly gonna say something like upload the top banner image, adaptive framework, sorry. Okay, the next one will be section. Again, the section on which the control will be displayed. So it's adaptive add. Okay, and what else? What setting it should affect? So settings, it's gonna be this adaptive custom settings top add. All right, let's save and see what we got. And there it is, upload the banner image. Okay, now I did make a small mistake here. The default for this, should be a link to an image. Yeah. So, why don't we put like a lorem pixel link? lorempixel.com/ I will do 468 by, I think it's 60. All right. So this is just a dummy image, but for the purposes of this tutorial, it will do just fine. Okay. All right, perfect. So once we have this control, we can actually choose to upload a new file or actually use the default one. Okay, we have one more control and one more setting to add, and that is the top add link. But we will do that in the next video, and we'll also see how to use those settings in the actual website. Okay, well, that's it for this video. I will see you very soon, guys. Bye bye.